Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. My name is Chanel. For those of you who are new, for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read for you again. So I'm going to be finishing up my no contacts in the next day or so for those of you who have been following this series. And then I'll be starting on my monthly reads. So if you're interested in those or you need one, feel free to hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell. Also, if you're looking for a personal reading, I am having a sale on 1, 2, and 3 question readings. So the link will be in the description box down below for you if that's something you're interested in. This particular reading is for the sign of Leo. And what we do in this reading is we look at what led up to this person ghosting you. So we're kind of looking at the timeline from the past so that you can gain some clarity and some closure as to why the person you're dealing with decided to go silent, because that's such a painful situation, right? So let me just pull the cards and then I will let you know what I see. All right, Leo, let's get some oracle cards for your person's energy, because this is really taking a look at them and what they had going on in regards to this connection. All right, secrets in the reverse. Oh my goodness. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of your deck. This is making me feel like the person you were dealing with may have been in a relationship and they weren't 100% honest with you. There's our coupled and committed card, just as I was saying that, right? Bottom of the deck for this is jealousy, memories, and seduction. Oh my. All right, so let's take a look at that. Yeah. Okay, so this is pretty apparent here for those of you that this applies to. I feel as though your person was in a relationship that was not very satisfying for them at the time. This is looking like, to me, they wanted to go out and explore because they weren't feeling emotionally fulfilled. They weren't feeling validated. And it seems like there could have been someone who let the cat out of the bag in regards to your connection. Now, what's unfortunate for the two of you is I feel like perhaps you were unaware that this person was already in a relationship with someone else, because it seems as though that was something that they kept from you. Or they told you that they were in the process of divorcing or separating, or it's like they weren't 100% transparent with you about their commitment status, because the thing is like they were doing something else with someone else. So you could have met this person like when you were on a vacation or a trip. This could be someone that reached out to you that maybe you haven't spoken to in a while and wanted to reconnect, or this could be someone that you met that was new, like on a dating site. For those of you who your person was not in a relationship, it's like they recently had a breakup, and it looks as though they were still hoping that this ex would return, okay? So as I'm looking at the state of the relationship before no contact, I'm seeing that this person, they were very hesitant about moving the connection forward. And that's because they wanted to, well, they were being very selfish, I can see, but they also were very worried that if they committed to you, they would end up missing out on an opportunity for reconciliation with their ex-partner. For you, I think you started to really notice this person's hesitancy around trying to put work into this situation, because what I'm seeing is that it's almost like you started to kind of give up. You really wanted this. I feel like you liked this person a lot. I feel like this person, they put on a good mask here as far as like making it seem like you were, oh my God, how did I find such an amazing person? You're everything that I want. But when it came time to talking about how could we make the relationship work, or where is this going, this person was very elusive. This could have been someone that used the excuse of like, oh, I've had my heart broken. Oh, I don't want to ever get married again. Or I don't believe in a committed relationship because then everything changes. In reality, it looks as though this person, they had not healed from their past relationship. And for some of you, they were still in that past relationship, and it was like either they were on a break or they were arguing a lot with their person, so they decided to go out and see what they could see. As I'm looking at how they were viewing the connection at the time, Three of Swords. So it kind of sucks because this person was looking for a distraction from their heartache. And you may have picked up on that, right? Maybe this is somebody who spent a lot of time talking about that ex-partner when they were together, or this is somebody who like only hit you up at certain hours of the day or certain days of the week. And it's usually because they were feeling really down or they were feeling really bad, right? This person, unfortunately, didn't see this relationship really going the distance in regards to this because they knew that they were still attached to someone else, right? They were still wanting kind of that resurrection. It's like they were waiting for this ex or this relationship. Like if they were in a past relationship, they were waiting for the resurrection of that. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, this person, you may have noticed or picked up on the vibe of them acting like a little bit disinterested when you were talking about things that were important to you. This may have been someone who didn't ask the types of questions that a person would ask if they were trying to really get to know you or be a part of your life. This person, it's like they planned to kind of do the slow fade from the beginning. I'm really sorry to tell you that, but they were viewing this as kind of a fling. So this could even be somebody who maybe when you look back, you feel like you don't know very much about them. Right? Like, wow, I guess I never saw the inside of their house. They always came to my house, right? Or I always knew that they worked in engineering, but I never found out what company they worked for. They did that on purpose. You know, this person didn't see this going the distance. What led them to ghost you is that they wanted to reconcile with their ex, but I feel like either they were with someone at the time that they left you, this old person, or they got an opportunity to reconcile with someone. The difficulty about that situation was that it seems as though they had mutual friends. So if this was someone who was married, obviously a couple has the same friends. Could be that someone saw this person out with you and kind of reported it back to the wife or husband. Could very well be that a mutual friend was feeding information to an ex, right? Like, oh man, you won't believe what I saw so-and-so doing last week. There was someone else. This person got found out and there was a third energy involved that kind of told on them, told the partner that they were still interested in what they were doing. And so they had to release this because when they looked at the situation, they were like, okay, I'd rather reconcile with my wife or my husband or my ex or whatever. And it was different when I could keep my Leo a secret because that's what I wanted to do. And it was just kind of my fun thing to do that didn't affect what I was working on behind the scenes. But now it's getting into a space where this person that I want to reconcile with is becoming jealous, right? They're starting to ask me a bunch of questions about what was I doing when we were apart or why am I coming home late, right? So this person, it's like they had to release you to try to prove to whoever this energy is, like, okay, you know, I had a moment of weakness, or I was just so sad during our breakup that I was trying to find another you, right? So unfortunately, it seems as though this person kind of played with your affection, you know, and they weren't strong enough to give you a real reason as to why they decided to leave. But to them, it's like, well, it was just a good time, right? This might have been somebody that was very hard to pin down. If you asked them about their future, it seemed like they didn't ever really include you. Or again, they were just very elusive in their conversation, right? The way that they feel about you or they felt about you in the time was the Magician. So let's take a look at that. All right, so this is somebody, I mean, I don't think that this person didn't like you. I feel like it's kind of the energy of like, well, if my heart wasn't somewhere else, Leo would have been great, right? If my heart wasn't already belonging to this other person, if I would have met Leo first. For some of you, you might have been the person that contacted the ex or the wife, you know? And so for that group of you, this person feels like you were trying to orchestrate them getting over whoever this is or separating from whoever this is. I do feel like this person likes a lot of qualities about you. I feel like if it were up to them at the time, they would have kept you in their life. But they also feel or felt like at the time you were looking for something else, right? So you could have been very transparent with this person about what you wanted and what you didn't want. And so for them, they felt like it would be ideal to keep you, but they also felt as though you weren't the kind of person that was going to stick around if there was like a third energy, right? Now, for a small group of you, the roles are reversed and you're the one that was kind of waiting around to recommit to someone. And so this person picked up on that energy and decided to move away from the situation. But I feel like for the majority of you, this person was keeping you a secret, right? Or they were kind of using you as a rebound. Now, as I'm looking at what they were hoping to accomplish by ghosting you, you got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so this is them trying to return back to this other energy. It's kind of weird because this person, it's almost like they want you to see that they made a decision, but that the choice was not you. So I'm not sure why this person would want this, because it almost looks like, you know, it could even be too that this person like noticed that the ex or the husband or wife or whoever it is that they were with was starting to like go out more, starting to get over them. It looks like they were starting to either contemplate divorce or they were starting to heal from this breakup. And so this person was like, okay, I need to reinsert myself back into, you know, this couple, or else I'm going to end up losing this person. Why do they want you to see it? Wow. Okay. So this person, they were kind of hoping that if they ended up going back to their ex, you would fade. You would kind of just like take the hint and be like, oh, okay. They weren't looking for anything serious. They're still married, or they're still in a relationship. So this is somebody that they were hoping that their absence would lead you to just like decide or understand that they weren't coming back. Because I feel like this is somebody that's trying to avoid having the conversation with you. I feel like this is someone who's trying to avoid you running into the wife or husband or ex, depending on your situation, because they don't want the drama, right? This person, it's like they made a really big mess at the time. And then they were just kind of hoping that you would take a hint and be like, okay, well, it was a fling. They're not talking to me. So I'm going to go about my business, you know, and that's very unfortunate. I'm very sorry that that happened to you. Because this person, their energy is kind of crummy, you know, like I kind of don't feel like they really had plans on keeping you in their life for the long term if it meant that they had to acknowledge your existence, right? Because if they could hide you, then it would have been fine. I'm going to take a look in the extended to find out what this person is doing now in their life. We're going to find out how they feel about you right now, how they feel about ghosting you today when they think about it. We're going to see how that's affecting them, as well as how they think you feel about them and how they think ghosting you has affected you. And then I'm going to pull cards for every sign you could possibly be dealing with, so that we can get an idea of whether or not this person will reach out in the near future. If not, we're going to see why. If they do, we're going to take a look at what they would say or what they'd be bringing into your life. And then I'm going to pull advice for all 12 signs so that you can get an idea of what the universe is advising you to do about this particular situation. I will put a link to the extended in the description box, and then I always do a preview for the extendeds after the video. So if you'd like to take a look at the extended, stay tuned, and that's coming right up. Now, Leo, let me tell you something very interesting. Your person, when they went back to this other partner, not only were they exposed by whoever this was, like the friend, the family member that might have bumped into you, or even you contacting this partner, all they do now is argue. They argue with their ex or with their husband or wife. That person won't forgive them for what they've done because they look at this person as a cheat or a liar. And this person is having a pretty radical epiphany about the way that they've been living their life. And you would be surprised because they actually feel as though the way that they treated you and what they did to you backfired on them. So this person really got their karma because it's like they actually got this opportunity that they were spending all this time waiting for, right? When they're wasting your time and playing with your emotions. And then it turns out to not be what they think it's going to be. But as that happened, this